Hello everyone! Welcome to the Pumpkin Patch! We are Team Brightspark. I'm Code807. This is Lux Kitty, and this is Nitra. And this was our big world that we made for October this year. The world where people can come and grab a pumpkin and carve it, and carve your own little jack-o'-lantern. It's been amazing. We've had a lot of users come in and carve a lot of unique pumpkins. We actually have hundreds of pumpkins that users have come in and carved, and we're just thrilled to show off the world and to release it to everyone with all these hand-carved pumpkins in it. So without further ado, let me take you over and show you the world. Here we have sort of the area where you'd want to start if you're a user, because we got our rules over here. It shows you how to carve the pumpkin, what the basic process is. We actually had some of our international community members, some of our Japanese users, help translate this board. So if your default system language is set to Japanese, this actually reads in Japanese for you automatically, which is just so cool. It's been great to get, community help with a world like this. It's very fun. Here is some settings. If you come in here and you find that you want to play with the audio, or if you find that the visuals are sort of hurting your GPU a little bit, we got graphic settings, we got audio settings. The audio in this world was done by Nitra. Nitra made this background song that we're listening to now, as well as mixed all of the audio, the ambient crow noises, the wind, carving sounds when you're carving a pumpkin. All that stuff was done by Nitra, and it's awesome. Over here, we have a tool table. We have two kinds of tools for carving pumpkins, both of which we'll demonstrate in a moment. We have this one for sort of scraping the edge of the pumpkin, and we have this one for deep carving into the pumpkin. They got little radius dials on them. These tools, as well as the mechanics that run the pumpkins themselves, were made by Lux Kitty over here. Lux actually modeled the pumpkins and did the material work for them, and then actually programmed the cool carving mechanic that we use here. This world started as an idea that I had, that if we started preparing for Halloween early, we could carve probably hundreds of pumpkins and have a huge world with hundreds of pumpkins. That was my basic idea. But then as a team, we workshopped that idea and eventually morphed it into this idea of creating a world where anyone can just come in and carve their own pumpkin. And that's what we did. We made a world where people can carve their own pumpkin. We still ended up using a ton of pumpkins for decoration, because we actually threw a party and used a bunch of user-made pumpkins to decorate. And we're going to be publishing that map as well as this one when it comes out. If you'll come with me over here, I will show you how to carve a pumpkin. So behind me is the actual pumpkin patch. I will run in and get a pumpkin. There are all kinds of different sizes of pumpkins, as well as shapes. There's a few variants, and then they randomize in how big they're going to be. But they'll all end up nice and plain and blank, clean canvases for you to just carve whatever you want. The way it works is pretty simple. You just equip whichever tool it is you want to use. You grab your pumpkin, and you just carve. You just use your laser on it. You can't hear it now because I'm the one carving, but there is a nice carving sound that was, again, Nitra put in here. It's very immersive. It feels very good to be in here carving. We've actually had a lot of users come in here and talk about how it's very reminiscent of when they used to carve pumpkins in real life, and that's been super nice to hear. We like when users are very relaxed here. Also, another feature of our pumpkin carving is that, much like in real life, you can uncarve if you switch modes on your tool, reversing the carving you've done. Very realistic, we know. The pumpkins, if they have holes in them, if you use the tool that does the deep carving, they also work as sort of light casters. They can cast light behind them if they have a candle in them, because we have candles in the world. We have these candles, and they go right in these pumpkins. Makes the pumpkins glow all bright. You have the lighter stuff is now a sort of a glowing golden color, and then the inside is lit up. And if they're against a wall or something... Oh, the camera might have to be close to capture this, actually. If you get up close, you'll actually see the pumpkin cast light onto the fence behind it. People have used this effect to create really cool pumpkins that have sort of hidden messages on the back or secret pictures that sort of go on the wall behind them because of the light inside. It's a great effect. It really has brought a lot of, just added more to the creative potential. Behind me here is the baking station. This is the final place you go once you've carved a pumpkin. Where's that pumpkin I made? These use some neat camera trickery to do their sort of effect. And because of that, they're not actually a texture that you can save. Right now, if I save this, it would just be blank, and it wouldn't really work right. Before you can save a pumpkin, you gotta put it on this baking table. You gotta hit this bake button. Give it a moment. And there we go. This is now savable. I can save it to my inventory. I can bring it out in other worlds and decorate other worlds with pumpkins, show off my artistic pumpkin, which we've actually seen a lot of people doing. They save it, they bring it to their home world or their social worlds or wherever. We've seen them all over the place, and it's awesome. We love seeing these everywhere. But yeah, that's the basics of the pumpkin patch. I'm glad that we got to take you on this intro tour. We are now going to actually take like a gallery tour and show you some of the awesome creations that people have done over this past month. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed this viewing of our pumpkin patch. We want to thank everyone who came down and carved pumpkins. We love having all this decoration from all of you. It's really just incredible to see. And we want to thank the Resonite team for bringing us this platform to do this. It's honestly magic, the stuff that we can accomplish in here. The fact that we can go in game from, creating spheres and jumping up and down to creating custom render texture pumpkin carving with multilingual support, and it's wild how much power we have and how much we can really make here. We love working here. So thank you again. We hope you enjoyed the pumpkin patch. We hope you visit it, host it yourself, bring your friends, have a good time, do whatever you want. Open up the pumpkins and see how they work if you like getting into the nitty-gritty of the mechanics. And we'll see you in the next project.